what initially began as a conflict between Israel and Hamas militants has now rapidly spiraled into a regional security crisis, casting a shadow of uncertainty and instability over West Asia. In the latest, a drone attack on a base in Jordan has killed 3 American troops, while at least 34 U.S. soldiers are said to be injured in the attack. It is the first time that the American military personnel have been killed by hostile fire in West Asia since the start of the Gaza war. According to the U.S. officials, the attack happened at a remote logistics outpost in northeast Jordan called Tower 22. That is along the country's shared borders with Syria and Iraq, where about 3,500 U.S. troops are stationed in Jordan. The one-way attack drone hit near the outpost's living quarters, causing injuries that ranged from minor cuts to brain trauma. Moreover, the U.S. military base at Al-Tanf in Syria is just 20 kilometers north of Tower 22. That is where the drone attack took place. Just last week, Iranian-backed militias had launched a barrage of ballistic missiles and rockets at Al-Assad Air Base in western Iraq. The U.S. President Joe Biden blames Iran-backed militants for the attack. He vows to hold the perpetrators accountable and says that the U.S. will respond to the latest attack. The U.S. Defense Secretary also blames the Iran-backed militias for these attacks. Lloyd Austin says the U.S. will respond at a time and place of their choice. That's what Austin has clearly said. An umbrella group for Iran-backed militants called the Islamic Resistance in Iraq has now claimed responsibility for the attack. The militant group says the attacks on U.S. forces were carried out at several locations in Syria and Iraq in the past as well. Post the drone attacks, Iran continues to stay on high alert, although Tehran has dismissed reports of its alleged role in the strikes. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson says that the claims are made with specific political goals to reverse the realities of the region. Further adding that the claims indicated that they are influenced by third parties. Jordan has condemned the terrorist attack on U.S. troops, although, according to Amman, the drone attack that killed 3 U.S. troops did not occur on its territory. Further adding that the attack targeted Al-Tanf base in Syria and not Jordan. And for more on this, we were earlier joined by retired Colonel David B. Roches. He's a professor at the Near East South Asia Center for Strategic Studies, National Defense University from Washington, D.C. Listening to what he had to say on this.
Iran has made a conscious decision to avoid directly confronting the United States or indeed any other country. What they do is because of basically the trauma from the 8-year Iran-Iraq war, they've embarked on a conscious policy of operating through proxy forces. They seek out members of the same religious group as theirs, the Shia school of Islam, in countries that are extremely fragile. And then they build them up by providing weapons, guidance, logistics support, and advisors. And so what you've seen is that they've been very successful in Yemen, in Lebanon, in Iraq, and then as allies of the Syrian regime. That allows Iran to, advance its goals, but they realize that they're dealing with a democracy who will say, well, we don't want to go to a war here. Who are we really fighting? So it allows Iran to fight down for its strategic goals down to the last Arab.